My love for Kamisama Kiss has spanned many years. I was there for the original airing, watching the weekly uploads on Hulu back in the day. I would rewatch all of the previously released episodes each week as a lead up to the brand new one. If you know me, you know that it's a big deal to say that I was rewatching something over and over again. And that's not only because I saw a lot of myself in Nanami and aspired to her better qualities, but also because I could not get enough of her chemistry with Tomoe. Watching Nanami become embroiled in the world of yokai and having to learn how to become a god has so many fun and sometimes serious moments. At first, Tomoe wants nothing to do with her, but what's better than forced proximity to soften the heart towards one another? And I'm not going to complain about the many situations the story found to get them to reseal the familiar contract. Nanami and Tomoe embody the grumpy sunshine romance trope perfectly. Seeing a perpetual optimist tackle a perpetual pessimist is so fun. There's just something about Nanami's never-ending perseverance. Watching her break down Tomoe's rough exterior and help him heal from his past as their relationship grows is the best part. And she falls hard pretty early, but Tomoe refuses to accept that he could have feelings for a human. He's too bogged down by his harried past and the implications of his immortality. But Nanami will literally move heaven and earth to help him. Even though he rejects her confessions, he very much respects her work as a god and her tenacity, hence why he chooses to reestablish the familiar contract multiple times of his own volition. I used to have such a huge crush on Tomoe. He's just so surly, but also very competent, and Kitsune are my absolute favorite yokai. We get to see so many different sides of him, from small to his wild Kitsune form to working as Mikage's familiar originally, which was fun. Although he seems aggrieved all the time, you can really tell how much he cares about Nanami underneath that. Even if he struggles to express his feelings through his words, Tomoe is always there to support her through his actions. He wants what's best for her and to keep her out of danger as much as possible. Sometimes it can come off like he's nagging her, but it's definitely from a place of caring. Fellow yokai Kurama and Mizuki are also in Nanami's orbit, but instead of the story becoming a love triangle situation with any of them, they bring out a more jealous side of Tomoe. Their involvement applies pressure to him to think about how he really views her. So their presence in the story motivates progress for the main couple instead of drawing away from it. What did veer us away from the deeper romance to me was the stuff with Yukiji and the Dragon's Eye. It's the part of the story that reminds me of Inuyasha the most. But here it makes Nanami and Tomoe feel less like fated lovers and more like she's just a replacement for Yukiji. And she's changed so much from going back in time that it's a magical complication that sits funny with me. While I appreciated this arc for giving us more of Tomoe's backstory, I guess I walked away from it jealous on Nanami's behalf that Yukiji took so much spotlight and had such a huge impact on his life. Luckily, that plot point isn't the only building block of their connection. There are so many great moments where Nanami proves herself to him, like reverting Tomoe back with the god's hammer or rescuing him from the Dragon King. And everything the two get caught up in after Nanami comes back from the Netherworld was such a turning point for their romantic development. Sadly, if you want to experience the entire story, you will have to read the manga. Even though the OVA special episodes give you the gist of the ending of the story, it skips over many volumes worth of material, so it's still an incomplete adaptation. While I'm sad that the anime ended up skipping a lot of the story, I'm glad that they did make the effort to finalize the show. So if you haven't already, I think the manga is well worth the read. It adds to the moments that break them and then build their relationship back up as stronger than ever, and adds more nuance to their characters, which makes the ending that much more rewarding. Let me know in the comments what moment from Tomoe and Nanami's relationship lives rent-free in your head. And if you're interested in more of my favorite romances, check out the other episodes from our Swoonworthy playlist.